welcome to the Deep Thots podcast, episode 6.
Yep, 6.
Cool. Okay, so I'm here joined with Zach, and we have 3 guests. We moved on from 1 guest and pushed it all the way up to 3.
And we're also talking in a dark room lit by candlelight.
Yeah.
So someone's about to die in this room, probably.
I hope it's me.
So let me introduce you to the guests. Zach, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I really wanted to be on for a while.
Alright, David's back. Y'all know David.
Yes, I'm back. Thanks for having me.
Okay.
David, you're really going to have to speak up.
Okay, Ross is here. You don't know him. He recorded.
I was here.
And it got deleted.
So we cut a scene from the script. The final.
It was just so good. We just had to.
It was so good that we just couldn't post it.
Yep.
Ross is our second choice. Okay, then we have Jarrett, our 3rd guest. You don't know him, but we do.
You will now. You will soon.
You will now.
Oh yeah, you're gonna know me.
I live too far away to be included in things.
Oh god. Okay, so that's Jarrett for you.
You can leave now.
That was your script. That was your one line.
Alright, bye guys.
You're not allowed to say anything. It's not your script. Okay, what are we gonna talk about, Zach? What's the first topic?
Naked asses and racial slurs.
I love a good ass.
I like it.
So me and Zach went to. Let's talk about Silverwood first. That's what we can all get involved in that.
Sure.
So the white man ass will have to wait a little bit.
Stay tuned.
That's what you think. It's Silverwood. Silverwood is a theme park in Idaho.
It's called Athol, Idaho. That's where it's
called Silverwood, Zach.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, but so we all went to Silverwood today, all 5 of us, and it was a pretty good time.
Did you have a good time, Blake?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There were lots of rides.
Yeah, we went on some rides.
There were some
Went in the
twerking
wave
Mexican children.
Yeah, I saw a black kid twerking, a little baby.
Yeah, he was like 2 or 3. He was like bouncing his ass on the ground.
The first thing that came to my mind was to say, hell yeah, right when I walked backstage. But, yeah, what else happened at Silverwood? Anybody got any fun stories? I found a penny, so I kept asking guys if penny for your thoughts.
Yeah,
no, you didn't say it like that.
Yeah, penny for your thoughts.
You and David were trying to drown each other in the wave pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, and then like one kid like coughed for a second, and they like evacuated the entire pool.
Yeah.
Everybody out! This kid's coughing against the wall.
Yeah.
I saw a couple lifeguards jump in, save him lives.
Yeah. They didn't evacuate for that little kid.
No, fuck him.
I know, and he was actually they had to like carry him.
And then they brought him up, and he was just like staring out into the wave pool. He's like, "Now what do I do? Am I allowed to go back in?"
Yeah. So basically, they had a lifeguard pull this kid out of the water. They had to stop the damn waves. He ruined all the fun, and I felt so bad for this kid because he was already wearing his shirt into the pool. He already had no confidence, and now everyone's just staring at him because he ruined everybody's fun. He's like a little 8-year-old. It's gonna scar him for life.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yeah, you gotta learn not to drown in a pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that'll learn you.
That'll learn.
That'll learn you. Yeah. Oh gosh. Alright, so me and Zach went to a Mariners game. That's enough about Silverwood. We spent like 9 hours there, and that's all we can remember.
Was a kid twerking, and that's
a little black kid twerking.
We can talk about that family who was just screaming at each other.
They're like, oh my god, he's being a brat.
I was like fast walking past them because I was like, I don't want to get involved in them.
And then they came into the store when I was going to buy
I saw
fudge.
that. Well, I thought that little kid that was breaking all the wind chimes in there was like part of that family, but he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
Well, and then like the kid's mom that I found out later was like walked out of the store to like park the stroller and like got like literally like 2 inches next to me to like park the stroller, and I was like, geez, got any spatial like awareness or something? Like,
you're in my personal bubble, leave me
yeah,
alone.
yeah, pretty much.
Got a problem with my voices, Blake?
This is gonna be fun. So, anybody else got any good Silverwood stories?
I mean, besides that one kid who randomly yelled penis really loudly.
When did any of this happen? I do not remember any of this.
I can't remember if I was with David or Zach for that one.
That's probably
I remember hearing it, so I must have been with you.
I remember it too.
Yeah, we were just
You were
walking
like,
down.
we were like by the lazy river. Like, you were like leading or something.
Oh yeah. He just went,
He's like, follow me! And then he had no fucking clue where he was going.
I knew where I was going. I figured it out. You're gonna break another wristband, Zach. So
it's a habit. Sorry.
David already broke a wristband, apparently.
It's okay. We got
we have wristbands. They glow in the dark.
It's a 2-month warranty.
It was really cool seeing the wristbands glow in the dark during those little tube rides down the
I showed off for everybody.
Cool.
Yeah, for everybody to see that was going down with us.
Two of us.
All of our fans.
All right, so we went to what were you gonna say,
I
David?
was gonna say, do you guys think you're gonna go to Silverwood next year?
I don't know. Let's have a discussion about this. How old do you think you get to an age where you just stop having fun? Like, I feel like I'm there.
have fun anymore.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
know,
I feel like it's more
I don't know.
going to Silverwood. Like, I feel like there's an age where it's just like kind of weird if you go to Silverwood.
Like today was really. I don't know about that. Like I don't care if people judge me, but it's just like I had fun today, but I feel like I wasn't as elated as
Well, it's
the last
because,
few
like,
years.
Part
You
of
go
it
every
is
single
you've
year.
gone many times.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
the older you get, I feel like the years feel
The more you
like
feel like
faster
I should
and
be doing
faster. I
something else
guess
with my
to
time.
where like. I don't know, when you're a kid, you're like, I haven't been to Silver in like a year, that's so long. And you're like, oh, I already did this last year, like once you're older.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
Yeah.
to Silverwood probably like
Yeah.
20 to 25 times in my life. I
Really?
think.
I'm only
Yeah.
like
Dang,
10, I
man.
think.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think I go probably like every year, at least once.
Yeah.
And like in years past, I've probably gone twice in a year, a few times.
But none of
Like
you
for a
guys
couple of
just
birthdays or
stay
something or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like with me, it's like they need like something new. Like it's
Yeah,
just,
because
like,
what was the
it's
last thing they
same
added was like
vibes.
that green water slide in Boulder Beach. Was
Yeah.
like that.
It's
That was
Either
pretty
that
fun.
or
fun,
the
though.
spin
It's pretty
cycle,
fun.
yeah.
And then before that, it was the Aftershock, and that was like what 2011 or
No,
something.
Spin
or
Cycle
2010?
came after.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay,
That
that's
was like
Spin Cycle,
what was that like 2014 or something?
Yeah, it's been a while since
Yeah.
I've been to a new one.
Something like that.
Well, it's just not a big park. They don't really have a lot of
I
room.
don't know.
Yeah.
Well, even besides Silverwood, is there anything that you guys like loved to do when you were younger, and now you just like don't think it's as fun since you're
Video
older, I guess?
Collecting Hot Wheels.
Okay. Well,
I-
David said video games.
Yeah,
Why is
you
that,
only like
David?
Battlefield Bad Company.
Well, they shut that down.
they
Sure,
did.
They did, yeah.
What? You just played it like last week.
That was when they shut it down. Yeah. So now,
First current event of the podcast.
Battlefield Bad Company is down, folks. It is down.
for all you 20 fans out there who played it,
Yeah, you could never even get a full game.
No,
it would just
no,
be like what 5v5 in a 64-player
no,
lobby.
no. But back to Blake's, yeah, I did enjoy it when I was younger, but now I play them and it's like,
You feel like you should just be doing
yeah, I
something
feel like I
better
should be
with
doing
your
something
time.
better because I'm
Yeah.
like an adult.
While you're here recording a podcast in the dark.
Well, all right, let's move on.
After getting home from a theme park.
You have such a hard
Yeah,
life.
this is more creative and productive than a fucking video game, right?
Nice.
Yeah, you're
I
getting,
would
you're
say-
getting
I would say
exposure
so.
to 5 followers.
Yeah.
You know,
Whoa.
Get your name out
you're
there.
gonna
Popular.
speak rather than
Everyone's gonna know David's name.
wiggle your thumbs.
Yeah, you know David. Oh yeah, from Deep Thoughts podcast. Right,
Yeah.
Everybody will know you.
No, but going to your question, like, there are a lot of things people do when they're older and they feel like they shouldn't be doing them because they're older, but I really think that's just a state of mentality where you're, like, thinking about
It's
what's
peer
popular.
pressure.
It's peer
Yeah.
pressure. Essentially, like, there's, like, dudes in their 20s playing Pokemon, people go, oh, what a fucking weirdo. Like,
Yeah,
if shit makes
they
you
are.
happy, who cares what everyone
wonder
else
who.
is saying,
Yeah.
honestly. As long as it's not something, like, awful, like, as long as you're not some pedophile, like, well, I'm happy, so it doesn't matter.
As long as you're
Like,
not watching black kids twerk in Silverwood.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
I wasn't trying to watch. He did it for everybody. He's putting on a show.
I was like, you should have
How
given
did
him
I
the penny.
group? What?
Penny for
That
your
was really
trouble.
the funniest part. Yeah,
Penny
he
for your...
just
I'm a Penny Young.
split our group right down the middle as we're walking.
We had to walk around.
Yeah.
He did it right in the middle of our group.
Dude,
It
he was
great.
like Moses. He came out and spread us.
But
Yeah.
to the original question, do you think you have like a specific age as like the cutoff point for you, like 25 or something?
For theme parks?
Yeah.
I mean, like for me, or for like from what I've seen.
For
'Cause,
like
my
just
brother,
your opinion, or I mean, like, what do you think?
my
21.
oldest brother, he's 29 now, and like I don't think he's been to Silverwood since he was like 22. Like I
Yeah.
feel like hasn't gone like forever. I just think like once you get to 21, like there's a lot more
There's a
stuff
whole
you can
yeah,
do. Like
yeah.
it's.
It's a different.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
it's not really like a whole new world. Like my brother's told me many times that like it's not as good as like you think when you turn 21, but like you can still at least like do whatever you want. There's no restrictions. Like you can actually go to like any casino you want, like any bar you want, just like hang out or whatever.
Yeah, I can't wait for another 5
yeah,
years to
good
be over
time.
so I can do that.
What?
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
Just 5 more
15,
years,
16
yeah.
here,
Yeah.
What's high school?
Good thing
like?
Zach got his
Can't wait to finish it.
He just got his driver's license. You know,
Yeah.
round of
Yeah,
applause.
yeah.
he got his
Yeah.
permit.
Yeah.
We were held back a couple
Snuck out.
years.
Stole your mom's car today to go to Silverwood.
Yeah. Don't tell her. She'll
Stole your mom's car to go
Yeah,
rob
shit.
Baskin Robbins.
We already told that story on the podcast, Jared.
Yeah, it's a good story though.
Yeah, but it's a
Thank
nice
you.
reference.
Yes, that's a good
For all you
callback.
dedicated listeners.
All right, so me and Zach went to a Mariners game in Seattle.
Hey, I was there too.
And Ross was there, yes.
Thank you very much.
Well, Ross lives in Seattle, and so does David during his school time. But me and Zach drove over there, and then me, Zach, and Ross went to the game. And it was a shit game. The Mariners got fucked. And
Yeah, they didn't get a hit till the 7th inning.
I think
Yeah.
totally had, 3, right?
Yeah, we had
Three hits and 1 run.
1 run off a sac fly. It was pretty great.
By your backup catcher.
I almost clapped, yeah.
I almost clapped.
And then, yeah,
well, at that point, I was like, I just want to know hitter.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and then it didn't even happen. They broke it. But the best part about that game was we saw a streaker, and he was naked. And damn, he was good at it. Zach got a nice video of his ass. We'll try to make that the thumbnail.
Maybe I can clip it into the, or I guess the YouTube version.
Yeah,
the YouTube version.
For Sean, the only person.
And I guess they could hear
on YouTube.
Yeah, I guess they would hear the audio on SoundCloud, just the audio of the streaker, because that's what everybody wants, right?
Yeah, I guess
Everyone
we
was
could do
cheering
that.
for
Yeah.
it. Everyone
It's just you going like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
talking
was
about.
so excited. I was like, finally, I'm getting my money's worth. But, okay, all right. So right now, we're gonna play. If all thing goes well, we're gonna play the audio of the video right now. All right, welcome back to the podcast. So that was the video. There you
I'm
go.
not going to remember it was like 11 minutes and 13 seconds, I think.
All right,
That's
we'll
what he
find
said.
it.
Yeah.
I know we've been talking
It's
for
like-
already
it's
11
like,
minutes.
so-
Look how easy this is.
So
It's like cutting
what's your
butter.
cutoff point on streaking naked on a baseball
Yeah,
field?
There is no cutoff.
That's all ages, man.
As long as you've
What
got
sport
legs.
is the hardest to streak in, do you think?
Hockey.
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 Yeah,
Absolutely.
And then you can
I
get
feel like this was
skated,
so
like
fun.
if you were like
Yeah.
naked, you get your like foot
Well,
skated
first
over.
you have to get over the the plexiglass, which is already
Yeah.
pretty high, and while you're naked, and you're not gonna undress on the ice. You're gonna slip, and then you can't even get your footing, so you're gonna be sliding around. And then there's the hockey players going like
He's gonna
25
floor
miles
you.
an hour. It's
Yeah, you get
Also horse
run over
racing.
by a Zamboni.
yeah. I can outrun a Zamboni on ice. I bet.
Maybe.
Did you say
Naked.
horse
Horse
races?
racing.
No,
Yeah.
the horses
Racing.
do it all the time. What are you talking about?
That is true. Those naked
Well-
horses. That's why I paid.
Well, then that streaker might get deported from Canada back to
yeah.
Ireland.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Right.
So he was visiting the U.S., is living in Canada, but from Ireland, and might get deported from Canada back to Ireland.
We'll take him here in the U.S. He can live with us. We join the podcast.
Yeah, can't come to a Mariners game, though. He's probably banned.
No, he's a hero though.
Hey,
That's
you'll
on my
have to go to
bucket
a Blue
list though.
Jays game.
No,
Yeah.
that's
on
not
your
something you want
bucket
to do on a
list?
bucket list. I don't think it's...
Bucket list is streak at a game. I'll just do a random team that I don't care about. I'll just go to like I'll go to the Blue Jays stadium and I'll do it right back to
in
him.
Canada.
Yeah. I don't care if I get
You're gonna
deported.
get,
back to the
you're gonna get
US.
banned from
Yeah.
Canada.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Oh,
be
man.
I don't think they'll ban me. They'll be like, just say you're sorry. I was like, no.
You'd
fuck
be like,
you.
yeah, I spent a night at a Canadian prison. I'm
Yeah.
like, shit.
They give you French
Ontario
toast in the
game
morning.
life.
Oh my god! I just realized that there's actually prisons in Canada. I can't imagine is that the same as like here? I feel like it'd be
No.
less like.
No, you just show up.
No, although they have prisons, but they're all empty.
Yeah.
Say you're sorry, or we're
don't
gonna
say
keep you
you're
here for
sorry.
a solid 12 hours.
Well, yeah, and then we caught the audio of like the fans heckling the Mariners right fielder because there was way more Blue Jays fans than Mariners fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were
Yeah,
calling his
that's
name
crazy.
Haniger, and we were gonna cut it so it sounded like a racial slur.
Yeah, so they're
It's-
saying Haniger, please don't cut that. But so we were gonna cut that audio to where we were gonna cut it out to where it take away the hand, so say the N word. Nobody say the N word, please. And so they would say the N word, and we'd be like, "Oh, Blue Jays fans are racist," and we get them all.
Yeah, Canadians are worse than Americans.
Damn right. So yeah, if we edit that, we'll put it up on our YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
so following up a streaker, we saw Christopher Robin.
Yeah. Me, Zach, and David saw Christopher Robin yesterday. I saw it for the second time. I wanted to see the Meg about the megalodon shark, but David
That's
didn't
next on
want
the
to-
bucket list.
Yeah, next on the bucket list, see the Meg.
What is with Jason Statham and taking up all these like crap roles?
I don't know.
Because he was like in The Last Mechanic that looked like it had like a $25 budget.
I don't even remember that movie.
It was like Mechanic Resurrection or something like something
Huh.
stupid.
But yeah, Christopher Robin.
Did you guys watch Winnie the Pooh as a kid?
I didn't watch.
I think I remember
those,
seeing like
actually.
some of the. Didn't they do books? Like a lot of books.
Yeah,
about it?
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
I remember
based off
having
a
like some
book.
books. It was like Winnie the Pooh, and then there's like remember the Mercer Mayer books.
Wait, what?
The what?
It was like the books written by Mercer Mayer. It had like a weird art style. But...
Bernstein Bears? Or something?
No.
Oh yeah. I
The
know what he's
author was
talking
Mercer
about.
Mayer.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you saw some of the books, you'd probably
Yeah,
recognize them.
probably.
They're really popular.
I think I know what
books.
you're talking about.
What you guys are talking about, I'm gonna look it up. Actually.
Oh, great. But yeah, so, well, actually, one of my friends that listens to the podcast, he told me that he didn't like
Christopher
Robin. Yeah, he's
What do you
like,
say to
he's
him?
like Christopher Robin was just such a dick the whole movie until like the very end.
Oh.
But it makes sense though if you watch the movie. Jarrett and Rod.
These books.
Oh, I love those
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just
that-
like little like
yes.
beaver looking.
Or those books. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways, it'll be that face on the naked ass.
Like,
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah. Do you guys care if I spoil any of Christopher Robin?
Go for
You guys
it.
gonna see
I
it?
doubt I'm gonna watch
Okay.
it.
Well,
Yeah, spoiler warning for who's ever listening.
Yeah. So in Christopher Robin, basically, it's about Christopher Robin, and
he kills people in World War II. Kills
yeah, he
Hitler.
fought for our country. Apparently, he's
For the
he's a
UK.
veteran.
For the
Wow.
UK.
He's a vet. Yeah, you don't know that?
I didn't know.
Well, in the movie, so basically it starts out with him in the 100-acre wood talking to his friends, and he has to leave, so they're throwing him a going
Okay,
away party.
well, I was bothered by what he was wearing. He was like an 8-year-old version. He looked like he walked out of a hospital.
Yeah,
It's just like what he was wearing was
like
like
a
that.
button-up gown.
Yeah, his button-up like
Yeah.
hospital gown. That looked like
Oh,
what
I
he was
didn't
wearing.
notice that.
It
I thought it was
looked
just
like
stupid.
1930s. Okay.
Like
I was like, it's
comfy.
not a good
attire.
forced attire.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, so they're throwing him a going away party. Then it kind of like does a montage of him growing up. He goes to like a boarding school, and like he's like
Then he drops out, though,
he's-
right?
well, he's trying to be creative in class, and the teacher gets mad at him, and then his dad dies that they show, and then like he's at the funeral, and like someone's like, you have to be the man of the house now. So like already like as just like a young child, he's already having to like grow up quick, and then he gets older, and then he like starts working, then he meets a nice girl. And they get married, but then he goes with war. They don't really explain it, but they just
show him like
World War
diving
II
up on like a
happens.
bomb.
they just send him
Yeah.
just going off to war and leaving his wife who is pregnant.
Drafted.
And then he doesn't get back until his daughter's already like 3. So that means he's gone to war for like
Wow.
3 years at least.
4
So-
years probably.
Yeah, because there's always like, that's your
4
dad. She's
Yeah.
like, oh.
So she's never even met her dad, which is Christopher Robin. And then he just has to just keep working. And then like,
It's like your classic
luggage.
businessman forgets about family and then
Yeah.
realizes that
Yeah.
family is important in work.
yeah.
Basically,
But Winnie the
that's
Pooh
basically-
teaches him about what really matters in life. He comes back to help him.
Honey-
I love it.
Honey and Balloons.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
great
Why is
movie.
he just on acid?
Winnie the Pooh.
You know, that was one of my
Yeah, it's
favorite
just a
part
trip.
when he initially encounters Winnie the Pooh as an adult and he thinks he's like totally lost.
He's like, I've
He's
cracked.
like, I've cracked. Yeah.
My wife told me I was gonna crack.
Right.
Just any time in that movie where Winnie the Pooh talks, it just like
Melts
just
your heart.
melts my heart.
Yeah.
He's just like Winnie the Pooh's character is just so innocent and pure, and his voice is
His
just
voice
so
acting
nice.
is really
It
good.
just- gosh, it's one of those things where it's
So
like you just want to hug him, like he deserves a hug.
Yeah.
But
He's
Christopher
a
Robin
silly
won't
old
give it to
bear.
him.
No, well he does.
Oh, he does.
Eventually,
Happy
yeah.
ending. Yeah.
Yeah. Buzz
I liked
McBalloon.
it.
Good movie. What are you gonna rate it? Oh, we have me and Zach have a spectrum of movies we talked
Yeah,
about.
I say that's like a-
Zombies, Cars 3, and
What did they get? 8.5
and
or
the
something?
first Purge.
I think I've given I think I've given the first Purging Cars a 6, and I gave like the Zombies versus Cheerleaders like a 3 or something.
I think I moved that mine to like a 3 for
Yeah.
Zombies. and then
Yeah, because you
Cars
put it as a
3.
6 in the first
No, I put
second.
it as like a 5 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. I was like,
Purge
alright.
would be a 6, yeah.
I don't know. I think this movie's like a 7.
7?
Christopher
Yeah.
Robin.
Yeah.
So above I'd put it above Cars 3.
Yeah.
I'd put it above
Yeah.
Cars 3 and the first
Yeah,
Purge.
too bad Doc wasn't in this movie.
Yeah, we missed Doc.
Real MVP.
Yeah, way better than Zombies. Yeah. So,
Very different genres of movies.
yeah.
Do they still like make those Disney Channel original movies like regularly? Because that's like the only one I can remember coming out recently was that Zombies movie.
I mean, usually only make like 1 or 2 a year, even when they were coming out with them consistently.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I just feel like they always had marathons. So I was like, how many of these they pumping out a year?
Yeah, I mean, they do have I guess they do have a lot. They have like 100. So I mean, I
Yeah.
guess they do quite a bit.
Yeah, I kind of want to have like one of those movie marathons with like just
Disney Channel original movies.
Because I haven't seen like many of them. I've only seen a few.
I'll show you the good ones. I
Yeah.
know, trust me.
I mean, I've read your reviews, so I can.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I just
good
want
old
to see
days.
Frankie Muniz in a fucking wheelchair. Frankie Muniz in a fucking
I
wheelchair.
seriously, I never even heard of that movie before I looked it up. I
What was
like,
it called again?
I don't know, like wheels on deals.
Wheels and
Racing
Deals.
with
That's like
Muniz.
the free car ads.
Yeah. I forgot what it was called, but damn, it was good. Like, I literally just found it online. for
Miracle
free.
on Wheels.
Yeah, I think Miracle in Lane 2. That's what it's
Oh,
called.
okay.
Wow. Yeah, I had Frankie Muniz as a
Yeah,
boy in a
Frankie Muniz
wheelchair.
is like an adorable kid in like his
Yeah.
old shows.
Okay, here's a fun question. Let's talk about it's really fucked up, but let's talk about like cute kid actors.
Let's not talk
Let's
about
go
that.
on to the next topic.
No, the kid from the kid from Jerry Maguire, and also like
The kid with the glasses.
yeah,
It kind of looks like
That-
Ralphie from Christmas Story.
he's literally the cutest kid I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, you just want to hug him so bad.
Yeah. Next
Great.
question.
There's my favorite kid of the podcast episode.
Jeez.
This will be an annual.
Why don't you have a seat? I'm Chris Hansen.
Why do you think you're here in this dark room?
This whole podcast is a shame. You're just trying to catch me.
Yeah, this is all set up, dude.
Yeah, we're all cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if like I had all you guys as cardboard cutouts and my roommate just like walks in and I'm just like, get out.
That'd be so fun. In a candlelit dark room with all your cardboard friends. Oh my gosh.
And I just look at him just like,
Yes, I'm not crazy.
just smile at him like,
Yeah.
hello.
Here's a fun question. What's like the scariest thing that you've ever like encountered in your life? Just like, is there any like big like scary thing? That
Like
you
you're
guys
walking
ever
down the
happened?
street and you almost get killed.
Just well, not like near death experiences. Like that would really be scary. But just like something, I don't know, spooky.
Something spooky.
Something real spooky.
I don't know about spooky, but I know with me, like, you guys were all over at my house one day in, like, high school, and we were playing night hide and go seek.
Oh, yeah.
tag.
Oh yeah.
That always got my adrenaline pumping. I was always scared and excited.
But there was, like, this one time where, like, I was searching for you guys, and I was out behind my building, like, in these weeds.
Oh
And it's like dead silent out, like the crickets are chirping. I guess it's not dead silent, but there's like
Yeah.
crickets are chirping, stars are out.
Not a
It's
sound
late.
except the crickets.
And
Get
like
scared,
I take a
gosh.
step and like I like step on this like bush or like something and like makes a cracking sound. Then this massive like bird just like flies out of the bushes like 3 feet away from me.
Oh my god, that would scare
And
me
it
so bad.
scared me so bad. Like it was so bad. Like I learned, like I figured it was probably like a pheasant or something, but like
A pheasant.
A peasant. You're the
Peasant,
kingdom of
a
the.
raven.
yes, absolutely. But it was terrifying.
I actually just remembered a really scary thing that happened to me. I'm really surprised I haven't said this on the podcast. So, there was one time, it was back in my old house, but some of my brother's friends, or one of my brother's friends lived 2 houses down from us, and we always hung out with them. So one day, me and my mom weren't home or whatever, and so they snuck into my house, and they, you know, like good friends do.
That's not weird.
But okay. So first of all, my mom, we had these like big fans that we got for our house. I don't know why we had them, but my mom told me that like the construction people were coming by to pick them up today, and like because I was at school, and she's like, yeah, like if you come home and they come like pick them up, then you know just let them in or whatever. So I was like, okay, but I got home and the fans are gone, so I was like, oh cool, so they already did it. So then so I didn't go to my room all night. I just stayed upstairs and just like I ended up sleeping on the couch that day. So the next morning, I went downstairs in my room, and I'm just, like, in my underwear, and I just, like, and I swing open the door, and it's completely dark, and all I see is just this man just sitting in my, like, fucking beanbag chair, and my bed is completely moved. Where my bed is supposed to be is my big beanbag chair that's there, and I literally see this man in the dark sitting there, and I swear I can hear him snoring. So I like whip open the door, trying to get ready for school, and I see him, and I just slowly just shut the door, and I just sprint upstairs, and I'm just like, and I go into my bathroom, it's like, just like breathing. My mom's just like, what's going on? I'm just like, Mom, and I'm just like, there's a guy in my room, and she's like, what are you talking about? I was like, there's a man sleeping in my room, and then she was like, well, let me just go down there and check. I was like, no, call 911 right now.
The shotgun.
And so she, like, walks down there, and I'm freaking the fuck out. And so I'm, like, above the stairs, like, I'm not going right next to her. Like, you know, if she gets attacked, I'll call 911. But, like, so she, like, opens the door and then, like, turns on the light, and I go down there. And so in our house, we've had this for a long time. My, like, great uncle killed a bear once, and, like, we still have this bear head that's, like, stuffed in our house. I don't know why. But so 2 of my brother's friends, they snuck into my house. They moved my bed. They were not trying to scare me. They were just doing this as, like, a joke. But they basically set it up to where it's like the bear head and like I had like football gloves there, so like I could see them in the dark, so I could tell that they're gloves. And it was basically it just looked like a guy was laying down with like the bear head. But like it was all dark, so I couldn't see the bear head, but I could see that it was like a body with gloves. So I thought it was a fucking construction guys that like picked up the fans. Yeah, like 6 hours before that were just like getting the fans, and then you end up like falling asleep in my room while they're stealing my bed or something. So I was just like, what the fuck?
This would be nice to take home to the
wife. But they like left like a really stupid note or whatever saying so I like knew it was them. But like if they wouldn't have put that note, I'd have been terrified all day. It was freaking. I could probably find a picture of what it looked like in the light on my phone, so we can make that the fucking thumbnail. It was horrifying.
Dude,
oh
we have like
gosh,
3 things we're gonna make the thumbnail now. We gotta pick one.
One for SoundCloud, one for YouTube.
Yeah, you guys can vote once this comes out.
So like, was your mom freaking out before that?
She was surprisingly
I'm surprised
very
she's
calm.
brave enough to like go down to the basement to check it out.
Well, I'm really glad it didn't call fucking 911. They would think I'm tripping on acid or something. There's a guy in my room with just a fucking bear head. It's like, oh my gosh, dude.
Oh, so you're embarrassed.
I wasn't really embarrassed. I was more relieved
you
than
were
anything.
relieved,
I thought there was a fucking guy in my room. Gosh.
Have you guys ever had to call 911 like for realsies?
No.
No. I've
Does
done
being
accident.
at work count? Because we've called the police on several people because they're just harassing us and won't go away, and they're screaming.
Jeez.
Dude, there's a lot of tweakers.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I've heard the yolks over there at Airway Heights Pharmacy is like pretty like a struggle to work at.
Well, I mean, there is the prison out there, so you know. It's mostly for pedophiles now, though. Actually,
Really?
A lot of
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But if we're still telling scary stories, mine's actually kind of a near-death experience almost.
Was it real or like?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if it's a near death, it's real. I thought you just.
He dreamt it.
I mean, it could have been near death. Like, it was really close. It was in the winter and the roads were real slick. Like, I have really good snow tires, but it was one of those days where it was like almost, instead of just snow, like slush was falling from the sky, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the ground was still really cold, so it was like ice. So it was one of those really slippery days. And I was in the speed limit zone where it had gone up from 35 all the way up to 55. And I was going like 40, 45 because it's really slick out. I want to go way under the speed limit. But
I'd be going like 20.
like it was,
I don't fuck around with
it's
the
like a
ice.
straightaway. So I thought I would be okay because it's really straight. There's like no curves at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured it was a safe enough speed. But I was going, and then someone was trying to come out of their neighborhood in a minivan. And they tried to stop, and they ended up all the way in my lane. So I'm going like 40, 45, and I'm trying to get into the other lane. And when I try to straighten out, my car straight up spins out. It was like spinning in a really weird way, and it was about to go into oncoming traffic on the other side. Then by some miracle of God, it started going the other way, and I went off into a ditch.
Jeez.
Dang,
And then
man.
they just drove off and didn't give two shits. And I was like,
Damn.
wow, fuck you guys too. Shit.
Savage.
Yeah, I've done that
Pretty
before.
wild.
I've like spun into like the other lane, but luckily it was late at night and there was cars coming, but they're like really far out. And it was funny because I was only going like 20 or 25, and like there was fresh snow, and I guess my car just like hit like a weird groove, and I just started spinning out.
Jeez.
And like right after I spun out, there was like a car behind me, and I just like straightened down and got back on the road, and the guy was like tailing my ass like the whole way. I was like, dude, you just saw me spin out, and now you're just gonna tail my ass like the whole way. And then he finally just passed me, and he started going like 55.
Jeez.
I'm like, dude, he just saw me spin out like 30 seconds ago, and you're gonna go like over the speed limit.
Yeah, for real.
I'm like, people are just dumbasses.
Have you guys ever hit an animal while driving?
No,
I may have.
No.
I've been
I'm not
really
entirely
close. I've been
sure.
really close, but
I have.
I've driven
Yeah,
through like my old
wow.
neighborhood, and a deer like ran out and like almost hit like the back part of my car.
Really?
Yeah, like it it
Deer
wasn't
are
even from the
fucking
front.
stupid.
Yeah.
I did actually almost hit a cat earlier in the year because
Oh yeah, I did. That's another story. So I was like driving down a highway, and I was driving down, and there's like a kind of like a one road that leads to like a neighborhood. And I was going like 55, and a dog just like ran out of
Oh
that
my
neighborhood.
gosh.
And then luckily it was at like at 11:30 or midnight, so there was no one else on the road. And I had to swerve out of the way. But this dog was like running towards like under my right tire, and luckily I missed him. And then I looked in my mirror, and then he ran back in the neighborhood.
I'm more
So
scared of what he's running from.
but he probably
Yeah,
doesn't even know.
responsibilities.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I obliterated a an animal.
Obliterated it.
I was gonna say like.
Thank God I have this grinder like spikes on the front of my car.
So I killed a porcupine, but like I know. Well, at first I didn't know what. So I was driving pretty fast. Like it was like a 55. I was going like 65 or something, and I was going home, and there's like a median in the road too. It's up like once you pass the Farwell light and you're just going up that road, you know, before you get to McDonald's, that little curve.
Yeah.
I was just going uphill right on that road, just driving, you know, going pretty fast, and and my friend was in the passenger seat. We were going, and like I had my lights on. It was like really dark outside, and then all of a sudden there's like this fucking median in the lane, but from the median I see this like thing walking like in the middle of the road, and I'm just like, what the fuck is that? And so like I probably could have swerved now that I think about it, but my first well, like, but from watching various movies, like Toy Story, where like the cars just go right over the top of them and they don't hit them.
Basically, you're watching all the Pixar movies.
I was basically like a little to the right, and I was like, I'm just gonna go right over the top. So I literally angled so I would just go right at it, and then I just went boom, and then I just fucking destroyed it, and I was like, oh fuck, and then like I asked my friend in the passenger, I was like, oh my gosh, did I kill that? And he's like, yeah, he's dead. And I was like, oh no. And I like went home, and I felt so bad. Well, at first I didn't know what it was. I thought it was either like a raccoon or a cat or something. And then like, and then the next day I went, and like there was nothing on my car, like no blood, no nothing. And so the next day when I drove past, it was still there, just dead, and it was a porcupine. I was like, oh shit. But like, the saddest part is that like when I looked at the front of my car, there was no quills or anything, so it had no idea I was coming.
Was that the one that was like
didn't have a chance?
That was like still on the road for like weeks.
It was on it for a while.
Yeah. I drove past that every single morning for like 2 weeks. That dead porcupine.
Yeah,
but then
me.
I was going to work one day. And there was a dead deer on the side of the road, and someone had tied a balloon to it that said "Get well soon." And it was there for a few days.
Oh my god, that's so fucked.
That's
Oh my god. Wow. My brother once told me that one of his friends, when he was in high school, he like, I don't know if he hit a deer, but he saw a deer on the side of the road that was like, that got hit, but like was still alive or whatever. So like it was just like suffering in pain, and he like grabbed like a crowbar.
So you're gonna say he like just went to the shoulder, just ran it over?
No, but he, like, that would have been better. But he literally pulled over and just got like a crowbar from his trunk and just started fucking beating the deer. He just started beating the shit out of it until it died. And like people, like this is on a busy road. Like he told me this, and I've met his friend plenty of times, like which makes it even funnier. But just like. He's like, oh yeah, like I mean, it makes sense. Like the deer shouldn't suffer, but just like in the middle of this busy road, he just pulls out his crowbar and just starts beating the fucking shit out of it. It's like, jeez, oh my god, I could never do that.
He's like, you stole my wife, you stole my kid, you stole my job.
Jeez. Have you guys ever been hunting? I don't think I could ever like shoot.
I've
a
never
deer
actually been
purpose.
hunting.
No,
like,
I have not.
I went on one hunting trip with my dad when I was like 13, and we didn't even fucking see anything. We saw one deer running away, but we didn't see anything the rest of the time.
I just don't think I could like kill an animal on purpose unless it's like a porcupine in the middle of the road.
unless you base your logic accidentally on Pixar movies.
My life is like a movie. I think of movies.
He's like, don't worry, I've seen Bambi and all this goes.
So funny. That's what went through your head when you were like.
In the movie, that's what it is. Like, oh, like, if you duck, you'll go right into the car. And, like, I'm driving a fucking Ford Explorer. Yeah. Gosh, I destroyed that thing. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, speaking of Bambi, have we talked about movies that make you cry in this podcast? There's lots of them.
No, there's not really a lot of movies that make me cry.
We talked about Up, I know, once.
Click.
Click, yes.
Click,
Thank you. I tell whenever I talk to somebody about how like movies that make me cry, I always say Click, and they like never understand. They're like, "What the fuck?" Like it's an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah, it's like a comedy for like the first half, and then it's like a drama for like the second half.
Yeah,
it's
like it gets real sad, real dark, real fast.
Just the part at the end where like he skipped his whole life and he's running out of the hospital.
Or he's like looking at his dad, or the last scene. He's like, "Can you take me to the last scene with my dad?"
Yeah, like the last time he saw his dad before he died, that part hit me in the feels.
And his dad starts crying on his way out.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
Fuck, dude. But, yeah, Fox and the Hound really gets me.
Oh, yeah, that was... I remember I watched that movie constantly when I was, like, 5. It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I've seen it. The first 10 minutes is like really sad or something, right?
No,
Or, like,
it's
the lady-
It's like almost towards the end.
Oh, really? Like the lady has to like give up the fox
Yeah.
or something.
When I was a little kid, that's where I cried because I was like, she's getting rid of Todd. Oh my god.
I know. And then she's singing a song like "Goodbye is not forever" and all
Yeah,
this stuff,
something
and
like
like the fox, like Todd doesn't know why
Yeah.
he's being left there. Like his owner, like the person that's cared for him his whole life, is just driving away and singing this fucking. Gosh, this song so
That
ominous.
fucking bitch.
Gosh.
Todd's revenge.
I don't know if I've told the story on the podcast, but I remember like freshman year of high school, it was like one of those nights where like you just can't sleep, so you're like, I'll just watch a fucking movie. And so I went on my laptop and just found like Fox and the Hound for free, and I was like, oh shit. And so like, and it was on like a school night, and I remember like, I was like, I remember watching this movie as a kid, but I didn't remember anything about it. So I ended up watching it, and I was just fucking bawling my eyes out at like 2 in the morning. I was like, oh my gosh, like what is wrong with me? Like this is so sad. And
Didn't they
then-
make a sequel for that movie? That I could.
Yeah.
I could have sworn there's a
Yeah,
Fox
oh
and the Hound
gosh.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the in-between period when they were like
You,
still
really
growing
got
up.
bored by that, Blake. You're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
But I remember that movie. I saw it. It's good.
David, any movies make you cry?
No.
You guys ever like
Documentaries.
Okay, tough guy.
anyone here going to admit to ever watching chick flicks?
Oh hell yeah, that's a good topic. Thank you, Jarrett.
Do you ever see If I Stay? That
No.
kind
I've heard of it. Isn't
That one
like
made
Chloe
me
Grace
cry.
Moretz in it or something?
Yeah.
I know I've seen like a trailer for it, but I never actually watched it. Isn't
Is
like
it-
a girl's like dying or something like that?
Yeah, she's basically kind of like in purgatory watching the things going on around
Like
her,
a
going
spirit.
through her memories and stuff, seeing how life was, and like it's just so sad because her parents died instantly in this car crash, right? And
Sad,
she's in
very
the
sad.
hospital. Her little brother and her have survived the crash, but they're in like critical condition. And she's like in the hospital, just sitting there, like, on her bed, and she's like out of body, like watching her grandparents come over and like are talking to her as she's like her body's still knocked out. They're saying stuff, and she's like, "Where's my brother? Where's my brother?" And she runs down the hall, and she finds him, and he's like being taken care of and whatever. But then
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it.
you haven't seen it.
No.
Oh, so you don't want to hear the really sad part?
Okay, no. I'll save for the next podcast. But,
Gotta watch it before then. It's,
Yeah.
It gets really sad.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh. I was gonna say something. All right, we can go back to chick flicks. That's more of like a movie that'll make you cry. That's a
Yeah.
little of both.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll go back to chick flicks after I say this. But do you guys think Chloe Grace Moretz is attractive? Because I can't tell.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go around the room. Jared says yes.
Okay,
Zach.
say the
I'd
name
say
again.
yes.
Chloe Grace.
Zach says yes. Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh yeah.
David says yes. Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Everyone else says yes, so I guess the answer is sure.
Whatever.
You're
But,
still not convinced.
No. Okay, back to chick flicks. You guys know any really good ones? I'm trying to think of some.
The Longest Ride is okay.
Who's in that?
With Hannah Montana?
No. I don't know actors.
I think you're thinking of like The Climb. Isn't that? Isn't that
It's a song. That's not a movie.
I thought that was.
Oh,
I
how
thought that was
about,
a
how
movie
about
too.
Safe Haven? You guys seen Safe Haven?
No, I've heard.
I've
all
heard of
these.
it,
These are like
yeah.
really
That
like
one's really
new
good.
ones. I'm trying to think of like mid 2000s. That's when that was my peak. I
Your
was a nice sixth
movie
grader
watching
learning about girls.
Oh.
Have you guys ever seen Confessions of a Shopaholic?
Oh yeah, I saw that like a long time ago.
Oh wait,
a good
yes. Yes, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
I saw
Where
it
she's like a
once, so-
shopaholic.
The girl
Yeah.
with the green scarf. or
Confessions.
whatever.
Yes, the girl in the green scarf. Gosh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ross, David, cool, you cool guys. Chick
A
flicks.
couple dude
Have
bros.
you seen The Fault in Our Stars?
No,
Oh, I've heard that's a
no,
really sad. I heard that's a one.
Jared,
that-
have you seen
That's a
Fault in
chick
Our
flick.
Stars?
though,
I
right?
have.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I'd
kind
say
of wasn't
so.
paying attention to it, but I have seen it.
But it's a bit
I
like-
remember the main plot and all that.
Oh, you remember the
Don't they
plot?
like both have cancer or something?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
young, too young.
Well, they're
A
both
cancer
in
couple?
they're both in
Yes.
remission,
Oh.
basically.
Right.
Hmm.
They both die.
Actually, only one of them dies.
Really?
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Oh man.
Don't say which one.
Yeah, you gotta watch the movie for that.
It's
I
their
want to
cat.
cry.
I don't know. Have you guys seen The Big Sick?
Yes, I have. That was
I
actually
have
good.
I haven't seen it.
That's not, I don't know. I didn't think it was super sad, and it was kind of a chick flick, I guess. But
Maybe in a way. I don't know.
We haven't talked about 8th grade either.
oh yeah,
Yeah, we saw that.
we saw 8th grade, and the audience was a bunch of shitheads. Gosh.
Yeah, it was seriously like watching a movie with like the Big Bang Theory sound or laugh track. Just like any little motion or ever slight thing at anything funny, they would just howl with laughter. It was ridiculous.
So the movie 8th Grade was made by Bo Burnham, the comedian, and it came out in AMC theaters, not Village Center, which sucks because that's the place I get free movies at. And so I had to pay to see this fucking movie, but it was worth it. It was a good movie. Yeah, yeah. I'm the victim here. And so we saw the movie, and gosh, one of the fucking guys in there, he's probably our age, unfortunately, but he was with a girl somehow, which you're going to be really surprised when to hear all the dumb shit he did. But during the movie, they'd be like kind of cringy parts, but it's basically just like relatable stuff from when you were in 8th grade that you thought was cool, but like now you're like, oh, that's not cool anymore. And
or like, that's so me. Kind of
yeah,
shit like that,
but basically like this... Basically, it opens up with this girl doing like this YouTube video, and she's like an 8th grader.
She's doing like a bunch of vlogs.
Yeah, she's like, "Hey guys, like it's what's her name?
Kayla, I think. Yeah.
Hey, it's Kayla. Like, here for another blog.
Gotta be self-confident.
Yeah, and she like says a lot, and she's like, "It's lit," and then the guy in the fucking audience just yes, yes, like he does that the whole fucking time. It's like he's just like, pay attention to me because I also agree with this. I think this is funny.
Like I feel like he was. It was because he was with like a girlfriend and he was like trying to like impress her. So I don't know.
How does that impress anybody? Gosh,
I think he's retarded.
He's asserting his dominance.
Gosh, it was literally just like, and then everyone would laugh at just the dumbest parts, and it's just like, why the fuck are you laughing? Like,
they laughed at Gucci a lot.
Yeah, like at the very end of the video, the girl would say Gucci and do a little hand sign or whatever.
Yeah,
and
like an okay sign kind of thing.
Everyone ate that shit up.
Well, the guy like laughed really hard like the first 2 times, and then the third time he was like, no, like he was done with it after the third time.
How does he have, besides Jarrett, how does he have a girlfriend and we don't? What the fuck? We need to start yelling during movies. All in favor say aye.
I'll start screaming. I'll start like talking on the phone.
Yes.
We'll start recording a podcast during the movie while it's a live reaction.
Yeah. I want to say another thing about 8th grade, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, I want to see it. I haven't seen it.
I need to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I say how I wish it would have ended, but it didn't, so you can cross this one off your list?
No, you... Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
So, basically during the movie, for some reason, I really thought it was going to end where the girl was going to die in a school shooting.
No. Why did you think that?
For some
Because
reason...
they had
Stop yelling at me!
They had one scene where they practiced in case of a school shooting, and that really stuck with Blake the whole movie.
Because I didn't think they would have, like, the balls to even put that in, but I'm just like, damn, like, could you imagine? I just kept thinking scenarios in my head, like, man, like, this could actually happen, and then I just kept thinking the whole entire time.
I did not get a vibe at all that this was going to end.
The movie is about a girl growing up.
I know
last week of 8th grade.
I know for a fact I would have seen like a few news headlines about it if it actually ended in.
Well, that's what I thought too. Where I was like, but, like that's like the first red flag for me. I was like, damn, it probably doesn't.
That would have caused a stir in like social media or something.
Yeah, it would have freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, nobody would just be like, oh yeah, school shooting at the end.
If it would have happened though, like it would have, especially those audience members, it would have blew their fucking minds. They would have literally spontaneously combusted.
I hope
everybody in the fucking audience in that movie.
But it just would have been so random.
No, yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would have just been out of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess it would have.
Just oh yeah, everything they worked out the problems. Oh yeah, and then everyone died.
You just hear gunshots and it goes to black.
Yeah.
I literally thought that was gonna happen. I was like, "Fuck, dude, I'm not ready for this." And I was really
the whole
last 30 minutes, I was just bracing for it, and then the
movie
just
also
ended.
the movie ends when they're in summer break.
What?
Yeah, and what do you mean?
What, like, you think they're gonna show it, like, cut
right.
randomly, like, a few months ahead to them just getting killed?
I don't know.
First week of high school.
Hashtag first day.
Yeah. It's a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's really good. And it could have been really better, but...
You thought it could be better?
Would have been better if everyone died in the end.
I said the ending could have been better, David.
Oh, the ending.
No, the movie was really good. I thought it was gonna happen. I thought I was gonna like be like, man, I guessed it. Like I knew.
You said very disappointed that not everyone died in the school shooting.
Like the first thing you
I just think it would have been fucking
the
crazy.
theater.
Like I'm not saying
Like it would have made it more
happened.
interesting or something.
Yeah, it would have been insane. That'd have been crazy.
Like
Yeah, it would have.
I guess you can say that for any movie. Man, if Incredibles 2 would have ended with, like, you know,
school shooting.
Jack just exploding. That'd been crazy, am I right, guys?
Oh, man.
Winnie the Pooh ends in the school
do you
shooting.
imagine if Christopher Robin?
Yeah, Christopher Robin dies in the war, and then Pooh dies too.
You know, there's actually...
Pooh goes to war.
Pooh goes to war.
He killed my friend. blown up.
Kills Hitler.
Backtracking to Incredibles 2, though, there's actually a theory that Jack was in Monsters Inc. Because you remember in Monsters Inc. when like they're describing the kid, they're like, it picked me up with its mind powers and shook me like a doll, and like it was shooting at me with its laser eyes, and it's like describing all of Jack's powers.
Oh, that'd be pretty crazy.
Damn. I'm
That's
here
like-
for this, Jarrett.
yeah, that's
I
like
love
a-
this Pixar shit.
Yeah, that's like an
That's a
Easter
good
egg
one, too.
set like 15 years previously to when this like
yeah.
movie comes out.
They
It's-
knew.
Basically, like one of the, I mean, I saw a video about the Pixar theory actually just yesterday, but one of the biggest holes for me in the Pixar theory was that in the first Monsters Inc. you hear Mike tells Sully like, "Oh, you've been jealous of my good looks since the 4th grade," but in the Monsters University they really haven't met since college.
Yeah.
But I watched the audio commentary at Monsters University with the directors talking, and that's like the first thing they talk about. They're just like, "Yeah, I know in the first movie like we have that interaction, how they say that they've known each other since 4th grade, and we were trying so hard to find a way for them to like know each other in 4th grade and then meet in college or whatever, but like there wasn't a good way to work it out, so everyone online could just shut up. Okay, we tried." So I thought it was pretty
We
funny.
had to squeeze another movie out of this franchise, and that's
Yeah.
the one plot hole.
Mhm.
I feel like they could have really easily implemented that though. Just be like, you always made fun of me in elementary, and like Sully just didn't remember him or something.
Yeah,
Like
I
they
don't know.
easily could have implemented that.
That would have been just too confusing. I'm glad that they did.
I kind of really want to watch Monsters Inc. now. I haven't seen that movie in so
Watch
long.
Monsters University. I haven't even seen that.
No, but I
Number
feel like,
one on my list.
No, but I want to watch Monsters Inc.
That's
because I haven't
right.
seen it in a while, and then watch Monsters University.
Yeah, little
Good
Monsters
idea.
Marathon.
There you go.
Monsters Marathon.
2 movies.
Well, I mean, Monsters
Come on,
University.
gotta have
Monsters
a monster
University
right
is the prologue or whatever. Or what's it
Yeah,
called?
but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's different.
Yeah,
It
come on,
depends
you
on
gotta
if you want to
watch
watch them and
They don't
how
really-
the story plays out, or like how they when they came out.
Either way, it'd be a good fun time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monster Mash.
Yeah. Speaking of our Halloween episode, we got our, gonna watch
Yeah.
Monsters Inc. with our candles
Yeah,
in the dark.
it's so spooky.
No, you gotta watch some horror movies in the dark. That's
Yeah, we
where
almost
it's at.
watched Slender Man, but
Slender.
we went to Winnie the Pooh instead.
Yeah. We couldn't handle it.
You guys.
I wanted to go to the happy medium about the big shark with Jason Statham, but no. What were you gonna say, Jarrett?
You guys ever watched 11 Drunk Guys on YouTube?
No.
I feel like you've brought this up like 20 times about the Slender Man episode. I've still never
You
watched.
still never watched it? It's so hilarious.
You've been bringing this up since like freshman year of high school.
Oh no! I think I have watched that or whatever.
You might have shown me a
Because of
clip. I think you showed me a clip, but
They
I
just
never
like
watched the whole
scream
thing.
at everything. They're like, oh my god, when like nothing's even happening. Like there's a guy just walking down a hallway, and he turns a corner, and they're like, no, don't turn that way, and he turns. That there's just a chair there, and they're like, ah! And some random guy screams, chairs are cunts. It's the funniest thing ever. I swear to God.
Depends on
That's a
if
good
it's
one.
comfy or not.
Ew.
Have you guys watched any horror movies? I'd just.
I'm not a
started now
horror movie
watching
fan.
them.
I don't really like horror
I don't really
movies.
like
I never really I watched Saw 1 and 2, which aren't really horror.
Yeah, those
but,
are like those
those
are
are
just
just-
suspense.
I
They're
just-
just gory.
I just
Yeah.
love puzzle type movies.
Yeah.
But I watched fucking Hereditary in theaters, and oh my gosh, that
Well,
was
theaters would be
that
there.
was really
I
fucking
saw
scary.
the
The
most
act-
recent Annabelle in theaters. A good horror movie is The Blair Witch. Like you've heard of the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
Well, The Blair Witch is a sequel, and the main characters, one of them is a guy who's looking for his sister, who is one of the girls in the project, and she obviously gets lost and never comes back.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw a video online about these guys who found a camera with some footage, and his sister was in the footage, and they were in like this creepy ass house, right?
So
That's the movie that
we need to
James
turn on the
Allen
lights.
Machine
This
is
is
in.
scary. Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he's the main character of that movie.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was a good movie. It was a good
You're
movie.
like, how we're talking about this with the light.
I
the
know. I'm
lights
getting
on.
scared, honestly. Like I keep looking in your
about,
closet and
Got
shit.
the
Yeah. shit.
candles.
The Exorcist. You seen that?
No.
What if the candle like just went out?
Oh, also, oh my gosh, we're in. You could hear our reaction on the podcast, but
Well, then,
Real
because like
really
the only
scary.
light shining is through my laptop, and then
and our wristbands.
Yeah, and then
our wristbands.
and then I just turn the light. You
Nice.
guys are all dead. I'm just like,
Oh
oh,
my
this is
gosh,
awkward.
stop talking about this. But speaking of the Blair Witch Project, the first one, I remember because that's like the least. I think that's the biggest gain in like movie history.
No, their budget was like 20 grand,
Yeah, like
and they made like 40 million or something.
Yeah, well, and the crazy thing is when that first came out, they were basically marketing it as an actual found footage.
Yeah,
movie.
so people
They
thought
were-
it was like real.
Like no one thought that they were actors. They thought these people were like actually dead, and people were freaking out after they saw the movie.
They thought it was like a documentary?
Yeah, they thought it was like real.
That's how it's filmed. It's filmed basically as a found footage thing where they're just
Right.
looking for like this like Blair Witch or whatever,
the
and like
camera's all shaky. And
yeah.
everything,
And like after people saw the movie, they were just like, "Are these people actually dead?" And they were getting like super like freaked out. But then they finally had to say like, "No, like they're just actors. Like calm down." But they made so much money. Oh my gosh, dude! Like $20,000 budget, literally just going to a random fucking woods and recording on your phone. We could have done that now, like with exactly what they did.
Yeah.
But like back then, and like for less money than $20,000, we could do it for like.
Do you guys
we
like
could
found
pay to do
footage
that.
movies, like the shaky cam kind of, like Cloverfield?
It
Like
has
the
to be
first one?
kind of quality. Like, it can't be just like Parkinson's camera all over the place.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you guys ever watch Cloverfield? That's actually a pretty good movie. The first one.
Yeah,
I
actually,
didn't.
I like
I've seen the
Cloverfield.
newer one.
Yeah.
but-
You showed me that at your house. That one time I was like over here, like, hey, have you ever seen Cloverfield? That's like,
Oh, I watched. Yeah, because
That was
I
a
watched
really
it
long
one
time
time. I once or twice, and it was like quite a while ago.
mm-hmm.
Because I think it was like on demand or something.
Yeah, but there's another one, Chronicle. You guys ever watch Chronicle?
Oh, I've wanted to see that, but I haven't seen it.
I was super pumped for it when I saw the previews. I was like, damn, this is gonna be sick. And then I saw it and I was like,
Isn't it like a guy that gets like superpowers, like a meteor
Yeah.
or something like that?
Michael B. Jordan's actually in
and he
that
goes
movie.
like crazy or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
But like when I saw it, I was like, it wasn't as good as I thought it was. But like looking back, like if I rewatch it, like it's actually pretty good. Like I like it. So.
Actually, I might have seen it, but it was a really long time ago, and I barely remember it. But maybe I just saw parts of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a pretty good one though.
Yeah. I'm adding a lot of movies to my list that I didn't watch.
Yeah, seriously. There's so many big time movies that I haven't seen where like
Oh,
like,
I'm so far behind on like any new release movie. It's like
well not
I don't
like that,
watch
but,
the Avengers, but I'll watch Christopher Robin.
like,
I'm like so far behind on
like
the
classics
popular
though. Like
Oh, yeah.
like we always like me and my oldest brother. We always talk about like oh yeah, these are the best movies of all time. And I'm just like I've never seen that. And then he gets really mad at me and he's like I'm making you a list. You're watching all
Yeah,
these
that
movies.
never
I'm like,
happens.
Pulp
They never end up
Fiction.
watching it.
I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
Right.
I've never
What?
seen Saving Private Ryan. Like,
Oh
I've
yeah,
never
well
seen
we
that
watched
shit.
we watched
Fuck
Pulp,
off! I get this all the time.
well we watched Pulp Fiction at Keaton's house, but I don't know if you were there.
I wasn't there. I've never seen.
I think
Shawshank
it was like
Redemption.
just me, Ross, Keaton, and David.
Yeah.
I think that's who was there.
Huh.
Well, and then Keaton's dad like came down, just like didn't say anything, but just stood there for 10 minutes and watched, and then walked back upstairs. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's
oh,
kind of how I was
Keaton's
feeling.
probably
It's
listening
kinda
to this.
weird.
Yeah.
Keaton's probably listening to this. Hey, Keaton.
Hey, Keaton.
Hey,
Your dad's creepy.
I like your dad, Keaton.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I just thought it was hilarious.
Oh man.
I'm funny.
That happened another time when he came down. We were playing NBA Live and we were doing the 3-point contest. He just like sat down on his bed and watched for a while. And he just like walked away.
That's what Savannah's family does, especially her younger sister. Just comes in when we're watching a movie, sits down for like 5 minutes, and then just gets up and leaves without saying a word.
That's funny.
it happens.
It's kind of creepy.
There's another like it kind of has to do with this, but like I remember one time I was at Best Buy with my brother and it was around Christmas time and we were just like buying all our family members DVDs because they were just super cheap. So like okay, we're just gonna go, but we had to buy each other a DVD, but like we didn't want to see it, like we didn't want to ruin the surprise. So like my brother was kind of next to me and I saw like a good movie. I was like, Brady, like don't look or whatever. I'm gonna grab your movie. And like I was wearing like a jacket and I'd like just so he wouldn't see it, I like unzipped my jacket and I started like putting the movie like in my
You
jacket.
told me about this and I was like, play.
And right when I did it, a fucking worker walked by, and I was like, it's not what it looks like. Just like, and I was like, I'm trying to hide it so my brother doesn't see it. And he's like, okay, well, just be careful with that. And I felt so bad for the rest of the night. I'd like make sure like once we left him, like I showed him, I was like, I'm in the line, paying for this. Like, yeah, it was pretty scary.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that I could see people just doing accidentally.
Well, it's just like
impulse thing.
Yeah, impulse where it's like, oh yeah, like I'm with my brother and I'm buying him his Christmas gift. I don't want him to
Well,
see it. I'll
because
just
you
put it
know
in
that
my jacket.
you're not a criminal, so you don't really
Yeah.
think about that because you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I know I'm not going to steal it, but it
I mean, I
looks
did
bad.
rob Baskin Robbins. They haven't caught me yet. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got some other dude. It really didn't do it.
Yeah. That's another thing. Do you guys think you could pull off like a robbery or something?
Hell no.
Like
No.
a bank?
You don't think so?
I would
Not
never
like a
be.
bank
I would never be able to
robbery
like point a
deal
gun at something.
No, I'm just
Well-
saying if you had to, do you think you'd be able to do it?
I
Like,
Like
don't
steal
know.
a pack
I
of
think-
gum from a...
not that
Convenience
shit. I'm
store,
saying like
like,
actually
what-
like,
rob a register or something.
or what's like the
armed
biggest
robbery?
robbery you could do that you think you could?
I don't
get
know.
away
I've put
with?
off some pretty good heists in GTA. So.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck those
We've
games.
made millions.
I don't know. I feel like
Oh, man.
you have to be some sort of mastermind to be able to pull off any sort of
Like a bank
I don't know
heist.
though. I think. Well, I remember
like,
one time I
actually
was
get away
at
with it.
Yokes with like a friend. It was super late at night and like all the workers were just like kind of like chilling, just walking around. I was trying to return some scratch tickets that I won, but I think they were
Customer
like
service might have been
closed.
closed, yeah.
So we were just kind of like walking around, and like the whole wine section was just empty. Like there's no one around there. Like nothing. All the workers were just like in their like in the aisles.
It's not as closely monitored as like a Safeway where it's
exactly.
where they have cameras there and then everything's locked behind glass.
Like I was really thinking, I was like, honestly, if we wanted to, we could just steal so much shit and just run, and they wouldn't chase us. Like it just
no, they
like,
would some will.
You think so?
Yeah, because
I could outrun them.
One of my roommates, Sean, is a manager at the Sprague Oaks, and he's had to chase down a few.
You didn't catch me though, but yeah, I don't know. I think I could steal a pretty good amount of stuff and just like get away with it. Obviously, like I feel guilty, but I'm just saying if I really.
I'm like, is it really worth like stealing $20 worth of stuff?
It's not about worth. It's about if you could do it. Just think about that.
If it's the purge.
I stole a Pokemon card from Fred Meyers.
You son of a bitch!
Wow. All right.
Well, there's
a felon here.
Wait, here's the one thing that doesn't have to do with stealing, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I remember seeing this thing where there's a guy, I don't know if like his car broke down, but he was like at a pizza place and like he was waiting for his friend to pick him up, but he was like, and he ended up calling the pizza place, ordering like a delivery pizza to his house, and then he was already at the pizza place. And he was like, oh, well, can I just like ride with you? And the guy was like, oh, sure. So he just got like a free ride to his house. Is that a pretty good idea?
I mean, it works, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you're paying like a delivery fee and tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
Fuck it. Like the pizza guy could easily just say there's like no.
Like I'm not comfortable with that.
Yeah, but it's like if you're like pizza guy, just like I mean sure if you can prove that it's like your fucking house, but like I don't know. Maybe pretty fun.
Yeah, it's like I'll just take that pizza with me, and he just like sprints the other way.
Oh man,
that'd be a pretty good way to pull it off.
Yeah. There's actually Ocean's 8. Have you guys ever ever seen
that? It's all women, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Don't get me started with that. But there's actually a pretty good there's actually a pretty good part in the beginning of that where Sandra Bullock is like just getting out of jail and she goes to a makeup place and basically, which I think this could easily work if you actually tried it. She goes to a makeup place, grabs a bunch of like new makeup and just like all this like nail polish and like eye stuff or whatever. I don't know fucking makeup. But so she grabs a bunch of stuff and takes it to the counter. She's like, yeah, like I'd like to return these. And they're like, oh, well, do you have a receipt? And she's like, no. But like, she's like, I just bought these. I just want to return them. She's like, well, if you don't have a receipt, you can't return them. She's like, okay, I'll just keep them. And then she's just like, can I get a bag for these? And she's like, sure. And then she just puts them in the bag and just leaves.
Dang.
Yeah. I really want to fucking try it. If you're listening to this, go ahead and try it. Let us know if it works.
Wow. Encouraging.
I seriously think it could work.
It's okay,
though.
nobody's listening anyway, Jarrett.
Yeah.
It's
just us.
I'm our only listener.
Probably like the NSA.
No, actually,
our friend Mason listens to this.
My ex-girlfriend actually stole a beauty blender from Macy's at the Valley Mall.
Why?
You stole
Because
what?
a beauty blender. It's like those weird butt plug shaped sponge things. And they're like $20. They're legit like $20. And
I guess she deserves to steal it.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking sponge for $20. Women are out there spending $20 on a fucking
there's
face
a lot
sponge.
of like women's products that are just ridiculous. I mean, obviously like tampons, that stuff should be free. Like I don't want to get into that argument and stuff that I always see online where people
they should
yell
at
at me
least
for
like not
some
be
reason.
taxed as much as they
Yeah.
are. Like women
But,
spend
like,
a ridiculous amount on that.
Every all
I
makeups
know, you have no
and
idea how
stuff.
much I spend on that stuff. I'm like, it's crazy.
Hell yeah! But like, there's so many like all makeup. Like, have you guys ever just been in a makeup store and just like look at the prices and you're like, what the fuck? Like, who would buy this stuff? Like, obviously, like.
Well, it depends on where you're shopping. Like, you don't have to
kind
get
of
like
a
the top end
necessity,
stuff all the
though.
time.
Yeah,
These
don't
days
be
we're-
going into Sephora all the time.
I don't know. I go into Victoria's Secret quite a
Oh
bit.
yeah.
But no, dude, I've
Brad
bought
Bros.
Savannah makeup, and it's expensive shit. Actually, you know, surprisingly, Hot Topic has some decently priced like eyeshadow stuff, and
Sick.
they're usually the most overpriced place
to
for
know.
everything ever.
Good to
Yeah,
know.
so
Good
when
to
David
know.
goes into full
Good to
drag, he
know,
knows where to go.
Just in case you ever want to go goth. It's all
Speaking,
good.
speaking of hot, I don't know why I keep thinking of this random shit. But speaking of Hot Topic, isn't that like kind of like a meme place? I guess like people just like, hey, you get that from Hot Topic as like a joke. I
Yeah.
was thinking earlier, or like a couple days ago, I was like, what if I die in just a place that like would make someone laugh? Like, say like Adelano's the fucking Mexican place. If someone like if I just like died there, like if someone just like came and robbed the place and like shot me, if one of my friends like died, I'd be just mortified. But if someone told me, yeah, he died, he's at Autolano's, the first thing I would think is just like, that's fucking hilarious. And I'd
The first thing you would think is that's hilarious.
like whenever I think about it in my head, I just like chuckle to myself. But then I think like, obviously it really happened. But like if someone said like, yeah, like
what'd you do?
Like Zach, man, like he got shot at an Autolano's. I feel like I can't even keep it in. That's so fucking funny.
He got killed with a machete at Wendell Ford.
Just the fact that like. Just your last place you died of just Autolano, just because like I know that you were there, just like by yourself eating like a fucking burrito, just shit like that. Where I'm just like I can't help but laugh, but like obviously like I'd be devastated. But I mean like I don't want to die.
Sounds like it.
I just don't want to die at like a place like. Yeah, like say like if Wonderland gets fucking blown up and I'm just randomly there for no reason, but
you died mini golfing.
But just say like I don't tell anybody, my friends or family, I'm going to Wonderland. I have to like, I don't know, just like I just want to go and just see what it's like inside. And then that's the day where I end up dying, and they say, yeah, he died at Wonderland, and everyone's like, why the fuck was he at Wonderland, and how is he dead? And just like that just raised so many.
I was
questions.
like, well, he died from the bomb that went off there. That's
Yeah,
why he died.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, well, he was playing laser tag and someone didn't get the memo that it wasn't real.
Damn.
He snapped his neck. He had no idea it was coming.
Yeah.
Jeez.
When you talked about Autolanos, it reminded me, because there's an Autolanos out in Airway Heights. There was a Chinese food place out there. And this happened long before I moved out, like past Airway Heights. But there was a Chinese place that got shut down because they were selling people's pets as food. They legit had like missing dogs and cats in their freezers.
That's crazy.
Crackers and cheeks.
Oh my gosh. Don't talk about that. That's more terrifying than anything. Gosh.
I know, but like they got hit with a random like food safety check, you know, and like they just went and walked into the freezer
Sure,
and they were like,
nothing racial about that.
no, it's so stereotypical. It's sad. It's really awful. Like they legit
Why the fuck would you do that, David? What is wrong with you?
No,
Why do you steal those dogs?
Oh, I see. No,
I'm kidding. David, we love you. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer because I feel like last time I made too many racial slurs at you, and
You didn't make any slurs, you just made jokes.
I know, but like I don't know. If I ever make it big in this world, I don't want people to see this and hold this against me. David, do you consent to these jokes or no? If you say no, we're gonna change it to this.
I mean, yeah,
No?
I don't take offense to them.
You
So,
don't?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. If we ever go too far, just say stop
You know,
and we'll
I'll let-
stop.
I want to tell the podcast.
No means
Say
no.
no.
Yeah, no means no.
Yeah.
I gotta tell the podcast about what happened at Ross's graduation party now.
Do you though? Do you?
So Zach, what time we at?
Hour and
Just
2
over
minutes.
an hour.
An hour and what?
Hour and 2 minutes.
Oh,
Ross was gonna stay for half an hour, but it was just such a good combo.
Well, like,
that
I
he
can't just leave.
Yeah,
halfway through,
exactly.
Just like the middle of the podcast. Okay, bye guys. I'm going home.
slams the door.
No, but okay. Ross's graduation party. David's talking and he says his parents brought him, and his father is Oriental. And
Jeez, that's like a slur.
Wow.
Is that a slur?
no,
Can we cut that out?
No, that's not a slur.
Yeah, my father's a gook. He's a fucking shit.
No,
Jesus, dude.
in one of my college classes, someone like was describing an Asian girl and said like, "Oh yeah, she's like Oriental," and then like the teacher said like, dude, what the fuck, and like was saying that it was like a racial slur. I think we should cut that out.
No.
Bleep it.
No.
It's like calling a black person a person of color. It's like the same
No, it's
thing.
not.
I don't know about that.
Let's start over.
Okay.
He was Chinese. He is Chinese.
could've
My
easily
dad
just
is
said he was
Chinese.
Chinese.
Just say he's fucking Chinese. Alright, go on.
Okay, David's father is Chinese. His mother is not.
Caucasian. Gosh. Don't keep him guessing.
All right. So he mentions that his parents are at the party, and I look over and spot his father from a mile away because he is the only Chinese person there. I said Chinese.
I know.
Leave me
just
alone.
making sure. You took a
paused.
pause.
And
yeah.
so I turned to David. I'm like, "Oh, David, really? Your dad's here? Which guy is he?" And he turns around and is about to like point out seriously, and then he realizes that his father is the only Chinese person there, and he turns over to me and just gives me the nastiest look. And I swear to God, it still makes me laugh. I just think about it randomly to this day and will laugh out loud in inappropriate settings.
David, I did not approve of this topic being shared on the podcast. I apologize.
I don't think it's much of a story, but you know,
It's sort of like, hey, look at me.
it's like, yeah, he gets recognized all over the place because he is the only Chinese.
I liked how he was making pancakes at the senior all night.
Oh,
I remember that.
That's funny.
Guys look brittle.
Yeah.
man.
Your
He
dad's
was-
a
he
very
was
successful
killing it.
person, David.
That's all he's known for, right? Going to graduation parties and making pancakes.
That's all that's important.
Yeah, he's also, a doctor.
He's invited to my wedding to make pancakes for everybody.
Okay.
I really hope he's there.
That'd
I
be so
honestly
funny.
hope
If you
he-
remind
He'd be like,
me.
"Who's Blake?"
Wait, you hope that he's there,
Well,
not
yeah.
me. Okay.
I mean, you can come too.
I don't
You
even
can
think
be a
I've
plus
ever even
one.
met your dad.
Guess
I've
you're
just seen
welcome.
him.
Yeah, I don't think any of you mixed it up for us.
Because I
Yes!
remember when I went to your house, I think it was just your mom was there like gardening or something. We played frisbee.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's not like a movie. What movie?
That was like we saw the Purge, the third Purge.
Did we?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you
I
remember that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott.
Huh.
No, I've actually never been to David's house.
I've got really weird memory
It's nice.
to where I can
Nice.
remember like just minor details about random shit.
What was something you remember today? Yeah, another time we were at Silverwood, this guy's hat flew off while he was riding a roller coaster. It was funny.
Yeah.
And Zach remember that it was like a.
It was a
like,
Coors Light hat.
Yeah.
And now that
Dang.
happened in like 2009. I don't know why I remember.
December 2000.
You know the date and time of this?
Oh, it was probably
Probably.
July 27,
That-
2009 because this is like his birthday or something.
Yeah.
All
Alright.
right. That hat.
I was like, man, I could have had that beer
Yeah.
hat as like a 12-year-old.
Just snatched it out of the air.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any
Last minute words?
Yeah,
Let's see.
any last comments? I guess I never did a BTQ.
No, that's okay.
I had a lot of questions on this podcast, so
It was a question podcast.
yeah.
That's how most of them
Question
are.
Yeah, okay.
podcast.
You know, I say we're getting pretty good at this. You know, me and Zach. I mean, thanks for being a guest, but me and Zach did great.
Some
We
rugged
carried
vets.
this episode.
Some rugged vets.
Oh no.
And Wiley bets.
Yeah, we've done like 5 episodes. So
Oh,
I think
yeah,
we're pretty
you're
This is
proud.
our 6th plus a
You're
bonus.
pros.
So I guess
And
you
we have
could
the one
say
that
things
you
are
guys
getting pretty
deleted.
serious.
Yeah, and the one that we deleted, so basically 7 and like a half. So
Yeah.
now this high five is gonna be a little rough, but
Oh, man.
Oh man.
yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
at the end of every
Just, like,
podcast,
edit the
we
high five sound into this.
no, it's too easy. We high five, and we've never had this many guests. We tried
And
it
we're
once
doing it in the
before.
dark.
No, wait. We just have to high
Yeah,
five
dark.
both people to our right and left.
No, we have to do
easy.
one hand, everybody in the
No,
middle.
we're
Hey,
using-
okay, we're not. Okay, so Zach's gotta get ready to stop the recording because we don't want it to just delay. Okay, one of my friends also told me that we need to wait a couple seconds after we do the clap because apparently like cuts out sometimes.
No, I've
So-
never seen a cutout when I've like listened back on
That's
it.
what Mason
Let's
said.
just
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Whatever. Just
Because I always clap and then press, so I don't know what
This is
No,
just filler time.
All right.
I'm not ready to be done talking to you fellas. Okay, Deep Thoughts Podcast.
Yeah.
Ow.
that was the worst high five ever.